I noted that the marijuana establishment plans, which is kind of like the equivalent of the marijuana facility plans on the medical side, it also necessitated that licensees, or the applicants actually, will have to submit a social equity plan to be included within their application that addresses, I think it calls for that perhaps the identification of those that are historically disproportionately advantaged, and what are they going to do in order to address those particular concerns or issues that are mandated by the Act. So I think that's great. How do you think that that's going to work out as far as the agency's ability to be able to follow up and ensure that these licensees are going to actually implement the plan? I think that a big fear is going to be, well, yeah, they have a plan, but are you really following it? Do you really mean to really do something about that, or you're just doing that because it's something that's contained within the rules?
Sure. And from one aspect, the social equity plan to be submitted by applicants isn't a regulatory requirement per se. So they're not going to be disciplined for failure to comply with that plan. So that is, our reach in terms of that is not as strong as other provisions of the Act or the rules when it comes to compliance. However, in speaking with a lot of licensees in this space, they have a lot of the same objectives that we have when it comes to the success of the social equity provisions of the statute, and I think they want to be partners in that. We have access to resources to provide to the social equity communities and participants, but I think the industry itself has a lot that they can offer as well. And as I referenced before, we're not just talking about providing specific licensure to individuals, but there are other opportunities in the industry as well when you look at job creation and job growth. And for example, one of the things that we certainly can't offer individually is any sort of expertise in how to grow marijuana or process marijuana. That's not necessarily what our agency can provide. So we want to lean on the industry to provide that as well. And in terms of accountability, we are going to take all of those plans that are submitted by applicants and publish those on our website and publish their updates when they renew them as well, so they can be accountable to themselves as well as the community as a whole when it comes to how well they're effectuating their part of that plan and being a partner with us in ensuring that we're meeting the statutory guidelines.
Did you have a question?
Oh, no, I definitely, just to kind of add on to that, I think that's a good idea. It's, might not have as much teeth as some of the ballot initiative actual criteria, but to request one and require it gets each of the applicants and licensees thinking about it. Not that they aren't, but they definitely kind of putting the plan into words. That's really good that it'll be published so that it can kind of, shared ideas and them holding themselves accountable, because they certainly wouldn't want to publish something and shoot for the moon when they're really not going to plan on actually doing something. So I think, kind of a two-pronged attack where, the MRA is going to be sharing that list of resources and creating the list of communities to encourage participation, but also on the applicant side, really, opening up the doors to having those, kind of shared conversations and working towards a shared